Hello, good morning. Just getting here, Instagram ready. Hi everyone, good morning. I just have this wave of energy passing through, and I was like, let's go live right now. I was like, okay, let's go live right now. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the work that you do, whether you know that you're doing a massive work or not. Just thank you for being here. And I think this camera is a little hello. Just really want to tune in into what is passing through right now. Whoa, I totally just changed this. Sorry about that. How do I change this back? Oh, here we go. Okay. Sorry about that. I am not very good with technology at times, especially when I'm vibrating so strongly. Okay. Hi everyone. How are you feeling after this massive release that we just went through? I definitely feel lighter and reborn. So I'm just curious how you're doing. I mean, last week was full of massive energies that it wasn't meant for us to be like, oh, why are you doing this to me, universe? It was like for us to be like, yes, thank you. Hola hermosa, ¿cómo estás? Yeah. Hi Mika, so good to see you. And at times we just get so caught up in our bubble that we just feel that it's just like this personal story coming through. But when we go back to when we go back to it's not very personal at all, we really realize there is something major passing through. And that is the gift, or just being present and not judging, not attaching a story to whatever it is that you're going through. And we're so good at this, right? Myself included. Hello, beautiful. and so there was this massive wave of anger passing through. I'm not sure if you felt it. There were a lot of people that I know that felt this wave of anger passing through, and myself included got the story in my head. There was just something about me, something in my story, just attached that part. And also the people that I know, some people that I know, hi Peter, that they attached a story, because we're so good at that. You're having your individual experience, it's all about you, and that's why you feel sad, you feel anger, or you even feel bliss, and it's all about you, which it could be for sure. But when we really zoom out in the energetics, when we really zoom out and we give ourselves the opportunity to just be with the emotion rather than attach something to it, we can see that it's passing through for a greater exploration of the self and of life. And this is what was happening, right? So with this beautiful Lionsgate portal yesterday, there was a preparation happening before it. So a preparation, meaning on the way of letting go of things in you, of course, but also you helping others to release that wave of anger. And it might have also been a way of anxiety and depression for others, depending on what in the system is a little bit more activated in the way that is rising up to the system, to just be let go of. And from that, we open up a bigger space for all of us to be reborn, So I just really invite you to let that land in you. We give ourselves the opportunity to be reborn over and over and over again. Not just you for doing that amazing work that you're doing, by the way. And I'm so grateful, I'm so thankful, and I really bow to all of you for the hard work that you're doing, because at times, let's be honest, it's not easy. And I know this firsthand. But thank you for doing what you do. And also thank you for opening up a bigger space for all of us to choose something different, and for all of us to let go of something that is no longer vibrating with us. a story that was created in the head when you were a kid, or a story that was created when you looked at your parents and they give you this really weird look, or just a story that you created where somebody said something to you and you took it differently. So this is what has been happening. This is what happened this past weekend, in this wave of anger, in this wave of confusion, in this wave of intensity. An opportunity to rise higher, and not just in the way of like, yes, this is me, I feel very empowered in myself, I really get to know myself, I love myself, but the opportunity to rise higher in consciousness. That is what you have been given yourself, and that is what you have been given us. So let's just let that land for a little bit. An opportunity that we have been given to each other, ourselves included. So it's amazing. And so if you were going through this massive shift, all of us are, really, all of us were, but some of us can feel it even more deeply, Some of us could be more sensitive than others. Others might just feel it a little bit like there's something happening, but they can't really pinpoint what it is. And so really, if you have been going through that, just applaud yourself for a second. Because what does that mean? That means that life chose you and you accept it to be that amazing beam of light that you are for your family, for yourself, for all of us, for the earth to release what she needed to release this past weekend. And it's not like it's over, remember, we go in waves. And so, hi, Susan. And so, really, if there's anything that you take out of this video, it's the fact that you are doing amazing at what you're doing, which it is literally allowing those vibrations to exit through you as you alchemize them, and you empower yourself as you open up yourself more to different opportunities in life. Holy smokes, it's on fire right now, you guys. The energy is there was something saying just go live right now. I was like, well, normally we go at 11. It's no, just go live right now. I'm like, okay, let's do this. And so there is this wave happening of the grandmother energy that is passing through. And this is not just related to your grandma, but of course, if it resonates with you, yes, let this land, feel that in your heart and embrace it. It really comes through as your grandmother energy, and behind the scenes there's something else more powerful and in a way more beautiful, if you want to call that is passing through. Because right now we're in this transition time. Of okay, there was this massive release happening, and now we're in this phase of okay, this is a little new. I might feel a little sensitive. I might feel a little raw. I kind of have to hibernate a little bit, and then I can be okay in a way to just be out in the world like I used to be. This transition time is so important, and this is when the grandmother energy comes through. So it's almost when a baby is first born, right? It's a new environment that is completely different than the womb. So it might be colder. There's of course, so much light around because inside it's all warm and it's dark, and it just really knows the energy of the mother more than anything else, right? So it comes out to the world. It's what in the world is happening here? There's so many people looking at me, all these energies, and it's in a way overwhelmed. It's not a bad thing. It's just there's something new just happened. And so there's this transition time where the baby must be nurtured, right? Where the baby must be held and kept safe, and the mother, the grandmother, and the father, whatever. Whoa, you guys, this is how on fire we are right now. and so what happens here is during this transition time, there must be somebody taking care of this baby. Somebody leading it, right? Somebody holding this baby until this baby can actually be in a way okay. This is just something so you can get a hold of what I'm saying. in a way okay to just like live his life or her life, you know? This transition time, if we don't have somebody there guiding us or holding us or saying you're okay, you know, or like teaching us how to do different things, it will be more challenging, right? Imagine if a baby just were born and then all of a sudden mom is gone, dad is gone, and it's just like they're like, how do I even feed myself? How do I move these things, you know? Like I don't even know what all this stuff is about. So this is the transition time. This is when the grandmother energy comes through and embraces you. And embraces you. It's not that she's not there all the time, but this is when she's felt even more. And it's like, okay, you're transitioning. You know, you just passed this massive threshold and let go of this massive facade that was still attached to you, even if it was by the tiniest little thingy. And I'm here. Because you might feel so raw right now. Right now, it might be like, okay, energies are too much. I just need to rest. I don't know, something happened. And so here it is. In the wave, they might be like dreams. In the wave of actually remembering your grandmother. In the wave of actually feeling the energy around. And all of them, perhaps. You know, this is totally up to you because it depends on your system how you accept that energy. But the thing about it is to accept it and embrace it. Because it is through that energy that we can actually feel more nurture. Good. And it is through that energy that we can actually be like, okay, something has my back. Something is here with me, guiding me. There's something here. And I think it. You know, it's all about being grateful. Just be grateful. Even in the hardest times, even when you are so angry, just be grateful. Something is happening behind the scenes for you to have that experience. That it will not last long. It will go away. And then you will feel much better and lighter and more in tune with yourself. So this is that opening that the grandmother is creating for all of us. Oh my goodness, you guys. I'm just going to hold this one. So this is the opportunity and the portal that the grandmother is really making for all of us at this moment. All of us, okay? Of course, you're so welcome. And so it is the choice, right? It's the choice. Do I allow myself to really embrace these energies? Do I allow myself to be held in this space of transformation? Or do I really want to just feel so raw and that nobody understands me and that I am completely isolated? Kind of like being like I was saying, that baby that was just born and everybody left, right? And it's choice. But in this choice, there is something written that if we really go into the space of surrender, if we go into the space of trust, the grandmother will hold you and will lead the way. She will nurture you, she will love you, she will take your pains away, she will feed you, she will show you images, she will give you messages, she will open up a portal and a bridge for you to merge the current self with this self, because there's this transition, right? You're in this transition period. If I wasn't holding my phone, then it'd be a little, you could actually see it with my hands. Good, I'm so glad. So glad to hear that. So here's this current self. This is the transition point or period, and this is the self that you have been calling forth. So in this transition period, it gets smaller and smaller and smaller until those two selves merge, right? It's just about merging. You're merging your current vibrations with the vibrations that you have been calling forth. And this transition period is what the grandmother will make it just the most beautiful and full of love and light that you can imagine. Even if you're still shedding layers, even if you still have anger, even if you're still going through anxiety and depression and whatever it is, she is there. And she will make this go from this big to this big, while she's holding a massive space of transformation for you to do it all. Imagine just being in the womb, right? When you're in the womb, you're just like doing your own thing. You're doing your own thing. Your mom is taking care of you, right? Your mom is feeding you and all these things, but you're just there sucking your thumb and whatever else. Just enjoying being in that space. This is what's happening. You are in the womb of the grandmother, in this transition phase. My tongue is getting caught. And if you let yourself be held in that space, in this dark, yummy space full of warmth, there's nothing you have to do, just be you, while she takes care of everything else. And then you will merge with the one that you have been calling forth. Can we just like stop for a second and think and feel how amazing that is? That the grandmother is doing all of this for you, unconditionally, because she knows, she knows the love in her for you. She knows the love of you for her. And there is no question whatsoever. There is just that divine unconditional love that is passing through the grandmother energy to you for your own transformation. For your own transformation. That is what's going on. Your own transformation. Being in the womb. Being on the womb of the grandmother. As she takes care of you. While you are emerging with that self that you have been calling forth. Wow. Talk about unconditional love, right? Literally talk about unconditional love. And this is something that as the waves of transformation happen, it comes back. It's not that like your grandmother ever left. And now I'm literally talking about your grandmother. It's not like your grandmother ever left. She might have left in the form of like the physical body, but she is way more present right now than she ever was in your life. Way more present. Let this land to you. Way more present right now than she ever was as you were growing up. So you have the opportunity right now to make peace with whatever it is that is still in your heart. To make peace with something with your grandmother. As she is holding you, okay? As she is holding you, as you are in her womb. This is the opportunity. She is giving you this opportunity to just say whatever it is that you must say. Whether it is, I literally miss you so fucking much. Or I'm sorry I did this. I didn't know any better. Whatever it is. And this goes back not just to your grandmother, but your great-grandmother, and so on, into your entire lineage, into the first grandmother that ever existed. Like, thank you. Thank you for opening up this space for me to be here right now and do this work. Thank you for everything that you went through, whether it was something completely painful or blissful or whatever it was. Because the energy of her is in you. It's in you. The energy of her is in you. And this is how she lives through you. This is how she lives through you. And this is the most beautiful, yes, the grandmother. This is the most beautiful way of accepting who you are and honoring her journey. Because she's living through you and she's showing you the way. And now with this portal, it opened up even more that space of just like, yes, thank you for that. So I'll share something with you that made me totally realize that as I open up the space of my grandmother to talk to me. Because when I first moved to the States, I was 15. And my family and I, at that moment, we didn't have, the papers. We couldn't leave the country because otherwise we wouldn't be able to come back. My grandmother fell asleep and never woke up. And that, to me, like, I had been carrying that. Because I had this thing with my grandpa. So I didn't talk to her because I knew how amazing she was. And every time I would talk to her on the phone, she'd be like, talk to your grandpa. I'd be like, I don't want to talk to my grandpa. I just want to talk to you. So I stopped talking to her. But she came to me the night before she passed in the most beautiful form. The most beautiful form. Her eyes, the smell of the farm. And she said goodbye to me. That morning, my mom woke me up completely abruptly, saying that she had passed away. I'm sending you so much love. And so, she was in my dreams. And you know, like there's this thing that we say, it's dreams, it's like out there. It's a space of creation, you guys. It's a space of creation. It's not something separate. It's not something that is just like, it's just there. It's a space, okay? It's another realm. It's real. It's real. So she was communicating with me. She was letting me know something. She was teaching me herbs. And then when I woke up, I was like, I understand. Meditating, feeling her space, and during yoga asana practice today, I felt her move with my body. And then I just opened up to this, like, thank you. Thank you for being here. Because she's not gone. Your grandmother is not gone. We just have been conditioned to believe that if somebody is not here physically, they're gone. But they're not gone. They're actually more alive than before. They're not carrying all these conditions any longer. You know, they're like fully flowing in their own way, visiting their loved ones, being there for the loved ones, holding space for their loved ones. This is what's happening. This is what's happening. So just allow yourself during this week to be in the space of creation and manifestation through her. Because she's flowing so strongly and she is just full of divine love. There is nothing stopping her. Nothing stopping her. Which means there is nothing stopping you, okay? There's nothing stopping you right now. All you have to do is to be you. That's all you have to do. Just like in the womb, you know? Just like in your womb. In the womb, you're just being you. There's nothing thinking like, oh shit, I don't want to grow these arms. Like, what is this? There's nothing, you know? There's just this really deep trust and just this really deep feel of like, I'm being held. I am so being held. And that is what it is. You are being held. In every single moment of your life, you're being held. So let this week be the week where you just let yourself fully be held. That is our norm, to be held. Just like in the womb, and not just in the womb of your mother, but in the womb of creation and the universe. That is our norm, to be held by all the energies around us. So let that condition go. Let the story of your head that you are not supported or loved, let that go. Because that is really stopping something from manifesting so deeply in you and through you, not just for yourself, but for others. So going back into this wave of like, your personal story is not just your own personal story, but a massive story that is passing through you, that is universal. You're not really just one individual, but a massive libraries of individuals that have passed through this realm and are still here. And if you embrace them, they will show you the way. If you embrace them, you will let go of so much fear. If you embrace them, you can be you. So that's the question. Would you let yourself be embraced by these energies? Would you let yourself be in the womb while everything else is taking care of you? Everything else is taking care of you. So I hope you do, honestly. I hope you do. And if, again, there is like one thing that you can take out of this, it's how deeply loved you are. How you're really not alone in this journey. And that which you're going through, that challenging parts of life, it's not just yours, but it's ours. And then you are this massive pillar of unconditional love that you chose to be so the earth can release all these shitty things, really. There's no other way to call it. What a massive thing to do as just like this being that you're doing right now, that we are doing right now. So let this just be like a sticky note somewhere in there, somewhere in here, in the heart, that whenever you're going through massive things that is like you can't even fathom, like what the fuck is happening, you take that out and be like, I'm doing something massive for everybody right now. That I'm doing something massive for everybody right now. This is not just for me. I'm being of service to everybody because I signed up for this. You signed up for that. If you remember that constantly, things will ease up just a little bit more. You know, it doesn't mean that you're not going to feel the intensity, but then you're just going to be like so grateful. It's like, okay, this is what I signed up for to do. Perhaps even laugh about it, you know? Perhaps even laugh about it. Find that gentleness in this massive transition. And then find something that will light it up just a tad bit, just a tiny bit. So that way you don't take all upon yourself. So you don't take that all upon yourself. Because we're all doing it. You are doing it. I am doing it. There's more people doing it. It's not just an individual story, but a collective story that we have been breaking for so long. And you're part of it. And you are part of it. How amazing is that you're part of that? Holy smokes, can we just let this land for a second? How amazing is that we were called forth to come here at this moment in time, or like 30 years ago, 20 years ago, 40 years ago, whatever, to do this that we're doing right now. And you said yes. You said yes. Holy smokes, okay. You said yes. Amazing. So let this be a celebration, you know, because at times we're like, oh my God, it's so much. What am I doing? And we're just looking at one perspective of the whole. But when you zoom out and you see that you actually said yes to this and you're doing it, holy shit. Okay, wow, I'm doing it. Wow, you're doing it. How amazing is that? And you also have the strength. Sí, a celebrar. You also have the strength. I'm going to say this. You also have the balls to do what you're doing. Because a lot of people just stay in the space that is very comfortable. Even if they don't like it. Even if they are just not happy with themselves. You chose to break that. And you chose to be here. That's a freaking celebration. That is so much strength. And not just strength, but unconditional love for yourself. Even if at times you don't believe that you actually love yourself unconditionally, that right there shows you that you actually do. Because you could have stayed whatever you were. You could have stayed that same cycle. There was like, no way, bye-bye. Whether it was like super difficult, I know from experience was so freaking difficult. I'm sure that for you it was as well. Yes, you did it. Yes, you did it. And now you are here, creating this change. Perhaps, you know, it's not how you imagine it to be, but let me tell you that life will continue to surprise you. Life will continue to surprise you. If you just allow yourself to be surprised. And celebrating you every single time. You are here to create change, and you are doing it. That's what matters. Are you showing up? You are showing up because you are here. Wow. So again, you know, when you're having those challenges in life, take the sticky note out. I literally have so many sticky notes around my wall, around my desk. A reminder, you guys, a reminder. Because at times we forget. At times we forget. How do you go back to that? A mirror. Here you are. This is who you are. You're so freaking beautiful and powerful. Own that. Own that. And this is the time. Let yourself be held by those energies that are happening right now. Starting with the grandmother. Starting with the grandmother. Let yourself be held during this moment of transitioning. And let yourself be. Let yourself be. So then the transformation and the union of who you were and who you called can actually happen. Can actually happen. Amazing. Amazing. Yes, Peter, and you're so embraced by the mother. So embraced by the mother. How are you feeling? There's still this wave of like, whoa, passing through right now. Like, whoa, this is why I was starting your life before. And I like drew like, it's a little challenging right now, you guys. I'm holding like this camera right now with one hand, trying to look at this oracle card that I took for the collective, and trying to like open it up. But so I took this card, and it's like, oh, this is amazing, because I just read this right now. The Great Goddess, Sacred Unity. What were we just talking about? The union of yourself with the self that you have been calling forth. But there's alignment message, okay? It says unconscious choices and behaviors may be causing a distortion in your world. Difficult feelings are part of the journey of self-discovery, and it's now the time to shy away. It's not the time to shy away. In order to survive, you may have been conditioned to suppress what makes you feel uncomfortable. In order to survive, we have been conditioned to suppress what makes us uncomfortable. And so what she is telling us right now, and then this might actually be much better if you look at the image. So what she is telling us is to embrace everything. Embrace the darkness. Embrace this anger. Embrace this suffering. Because there is nothing that she sees that is not sacred. So everything in you is sacred. Right? Everything in you is sacred. This sacred union that is happening right now. If you accept all of you, and this is an invitation of her, of alignment, accepting all of it, all of you, would actually make this just go like that. And then you are in union, sacred union, as she's passing through you, as she's letting us know, you know, it's okay. It's okay that you were conditioned to suppress anger. I was conditioned to suppress anger or any other emotions that were not happiness or joy or bliss. So it's okay that we were conditioned to do that. But now we have the choice to just be like, yo, that doesn't really serve me very well now. What if I want to scream? I will scream. What if I want to cry? I'm going to cry. Like, are you going to judge me? And what if somebody judged you? Maybe there are in the other side of the dimension that you're passing through. Maybe they're just not vibing with you anymore, and that's okay. That's okay. You know, about life is like people come and go. People come and go. The people that stay with you or come back to you is because you're meant to do something really great with them. Whether it is teaching them something or they are teaching you something. So just during this week, as you are being embraced in this transition period, remember that. Remember that it's okay, you know, it's okay to feel it all. Remember that to feel anger is so sacred. Just like the same thing as bliss. There's something passing through. That it might be just slightly related to you, but massive in the bigger scale of the collective. And so take this opportunity to embrace whatever comes forth, having that sticky note like, I chose this, I signed up for this, and I'm doing it. And so I'm going to let this pass through. I'm going to let this pass through. And truly, you know, what's coming through right now is that, like, if you are in a partnership, if you live with someone, if you see some kind of people all the time through the week, just let them know, you know, just so you don't go like, because it happens, you guys, it happens, you know, it happens to me, you know. Luckily, like, my boyfriend and I, we chose to really talk about very difficult things and work through all of them together. It's a sacred union of transformation. This is what's happening, a sacred union of transformation. You and you, that's it, you and you. So embrace it, embrace it, embrace it. There's not so much tightness in the energy field, in the air. There's more of like, yes, yes, yes. I love you. Thank you for being here. It's very good to be in this space. It's very good to deliver these messages that are not just for you, they're for me too, you know? We're all in this together, and this is why it's so beautiful. And it's so beautiful that you show up for yourself. So beautiful that you show up for yourself. Ooh, there's one thing coming through right now. If you know your spirit animal, Berlin, that's amazing. Hi, Kavi. If you know your spirit animal, connect with it. Connect with it. It's not that it's separate from you, it's you. Okay, it's you. If you don't even know how to connect with your spiritual animal, send me a message and we'll do something to connect you with it. Okay? Good. Good. Something is calling forth from the inside, you guys. And the spirit animal can help you so much to tune in to different parts of you that you don't even know existed. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. So, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please feel this love that is passing through right now, because I feel like my heart is like, oh my gosh, this amazing energy is like so yummy, you know? And this is really something that we can tune in at all times, when we're in the receptive space, you know? Oh, yay, I'm so glad, I'm so glad. So let this, you know, let this come, let this come. So welcome, you're so welcome. And then just like close your eyes for a second. Oh, you're so welcome, Peter. Just close your eyes for a second, really. And just let this energy land, whatever it needs to land in you. Just let this land. Just welcome it, you know? What is passing through for you is just for you only. And there's something else bigger for all of us. So with the eyes closed, just welcome it, embrace it, because it's still being channeled right now. You're so welcome, Susan. It's still being channeled right now. And just allow the heart to open. This is a sacred space. We just created a sacred space for all of us. Not just for the ones watching right now, the ones that will watch in replay, for all of us. A portal of transformation. So receive this energy as it's passing through. Just receive it. Whatever lands in you is what is meant to land right now. And if you don't feel it right now, then you might come back later. And that's okay. You're just being receptive right now. Yes, feel it in the heart. Yes. Yes. Beautiful. Oh, hi, Lisa. Yes, watch the replay. But still, at this moment right now, just receive this energy that is passing through. Close your eyes. Let this come to you. Let this come to you. Yeah. It's a beautiful space to be. And now just to turn it up a little bit more. Declare something in this space that is just divine love passing through. Declare something. Starting with the words, I declare. What do you declare? I declare. Yes. I declare I will no longer shy away from my powers. I declare that I will not hide behind my darkness. I declare that I will stand my grounds and my work and do what I came here to do. Declare it. Declare it. Yes. Yes. We're creating history, you guys, right now. We're creating history and we're changing this. What do you declare? To receive the abundance that is already in you, just to welcome it, actually. I declare that I'm welcoming this abundance of me, of being me. Amazing. Amazing. This is how strong the energies are because my neck is doing this thing. Beautiful. Beautiful. It's nice to feel this energy together rather than separate, because it's not separate. It's always one. There's always oneness and unity. This is what we get to experience when we come together and we hold space for each other. That we were never alone, never separated, but we've always been together. Let this also be a reminder that you're not alone, that you're not different from me. We might have had different experiences, born and grown up in different parts of the world, but at the core, we're the same. We're the same, and there's something so much bigger connecting us at all times. This space is that reminder. This space is the reminder. So let that just come into your field. So through this week, as we continue to transition, you remember that you're not alone. That even though this space is not happening, life is still happening. That this space is not just rooted in this time right now, but is opened not just through the week, but through experience, through life. When we realize that time is not linear, we can access it from different points. And it's not just the past or the present or the future, it's all happening right now. You can access this space. Let this literally land in you. You can access this space throughout the week or weeks or life whenever you choose to. It's just going back to like, how did that feel like for me? How did that feel like for you? And then just like remembering and going into that. It's like, okay, yeah, that's where it is. That's where it is. It lives. You guys, it lives in you at all times. At all times. Just closing your eyes, breathing and going back to how did it feel like for me to be in that space? And you bring it into the time that you're in. I hope this helps, because it helps me so much. Beautiful. If you like to share what you declared or how you feel right now, it'd be lovely to just like see, just to be more in the sense of community, you know? If you want to keep it to yourself, that's totally fine, you know? I'm not telling you what to do, just opening up the space. Thank you. Yes, you feel lighter. Oh, so good. So good. Calm. Amazing. So happy for you. So happy. Peace. Yes. Yes. It's a massive way for me of unity. Yes, knowing all will be okay. Exactly. This is what happens when we come together, you know? Everything will be okay. Everything will be okay when we just believe this idea of like that we're separate, that nobody understands us, then that just like blocks that channel. Con mucho gusto. Heart jumps. Good, good. Well, there's an invitation here after the live video, okay? Go write some things down. In this kind of space, there's also some messages that come through. I am feeling you. I'm feeling you, Susan. So see, you know, just see what comes through as you write some things down, as you paint, as you dance, whatever. See what comes through. Perhaps a beautiful message will come through, an awareness. Be like, whoa, okay, I just needed to like be in that space. Amazing. I love you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Remember that sticky note, you know? Remember that sticky note? You chose to be here to do a massive work, and you're doing it. Just remember that sticky note. And let yourself be held. Feel the energy of the grandmother passing through as you are coming back in union. Accepting, remember, accepting all of you and seeing everything as sacred. Amazing, me too. Okay. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you for being here. May you have a super duper blessed and magical week. Connect with your spirit animal. If you don't know how to do that, send me a message and we'll be talking. Ciao.